Hey everybody!
Hi, Dr.
This is actually the first story I told here at No Shame, so woo! So I present to Jesus as Dracula. So a friend of mine was working as a stage manager up in the Twin Cities on a show of Dracula. And the way the show started, Dracula flew over the audience, did a step landing on the steps of his castle, did a big cape flourish, and then the show started. How that worked technically is my friend the stage manager gave a cue to a stagehand. The stagehand pushes the actor playing Dracula. The actor playing Dracula zip lines over the audience, does a running step on the steps of the castle so he doesn't lose his balance, does a big cape flourish so a second stagehand can open a secret door on the steps and unhook him from his safety harness. So, it was the final night of the show, and the actor playing Dracula was not feeling all that well. But he didn't have an understudy, and he thought he could do it, so he decided to soldier on. He got in place, and the house opened. As the house closed, he decided he would not be able to make it through this show. So he turned to the stagehand and he said, "Hey, you got to tell the stage manager I'm not going to make it." Unfortunately, at the same time, the stage manager gave the cue to the stagehand, and in a confused panic, the stagehand pushes Dracula. So Dracula begins vomiting over everyone. He's not moving his legs like he's supposed to, so he hits the stage, falls flat on his face. His head meets with the first step and starts bleeding profusely. So from the audience, all you see is everyone around you covered in vomit. On stage, flat on his face in a pile of his own blood and vomit. And slowly, you see the door open. And the second stagehand look out and slowly close it. So my buddy gets on the God mic and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, thus concludes our performance of Dracula." Then, with that theater. Unfortunately, a year later, he got a call. His replacement had suddenly quit, and they were in desperate need of a stage manager. So he reluctantly accepted. This time, it was Jesus Christ Superstar.
Hell yeah.
So, during the second act of Jesus Christ Superstar, there's a song called Crucifixion. It's where Jesus gets crucified. So, what happens is they put Jesus up on the cross, Jesus sings a bit, some guards come out, they sing at Jesus. It's a great song. It was the first night of the second weekend. Jesus is up on the cross, and the Roman guards are supposed to come in. But one of the guards tripped, and the spear he was carrying, in what can only be described as very accurate to the Bible, Jesus in his side.
Oh my God.
So they call the ambulance. There's no loading dock at this theater, so the stretcher has to come through the audience. They get puncture wound Jesus down and take him away. Luckily, they learned from Dracula and they had an understudy. So they restarted the song. Everything goes smoothly until the end of the show. At the end of the show, the director wanted something big, so they wanted Jesus to ascend on the cross. So how that worked was there's a counterweight system. What no one seemed to realize was that understudy Jesus weighed a lot less than regular Jesus. So it's time for his ascension. He rockets up, crashes in a very, this offsets the weight, and he plummets back to the floor, breaking both of his legs. So for the second time in the night, they call the ambulance. They pull Jesus off of stage. My friend gets on the aptly named God mic and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we've run out of Christ."